I found it where it said it would be, behind a pane and a crooked screw. 3 teeth resting in my palm, more honest than what I knew. The landlord's truck coughs smoke outside, below the window Tuesday gray. I packed 1 coat, an old field guide, and every reason not to stay. The city kept its yellow lights like warnings in the falling rain. I heard the station call my name through the sound of the train. I took the key above the guard and left the room I could not mend, not for a road back home, just somewhere I could begin. I'll carry a small piece of brass until I learn to say his name. The elevator shivered down past the floor where mine cried, past the paper notice board and all the plans I left inside. On the sidewalk buses hissed, my suitcase catching snow. I looked once at window 7, then I let the building go. The platform clock kept losing time while rain ran silver down the glass. I bought a ticket west at dawn and watched the last train pass. I took the key above the door and left the room I could not mend, not for a road back home, just somewhere I could begin. I'll carry this small piece of brass until I learn to say his name. Beyond a county line tonight, no locked heart stays the same. I have one small key in mind before the harbor knows my name. Platform floor smell like wet wood, coffee lives and engine heat. A father knelt beside a boy to tie one loose untidy cleat. The boy kept pointing down the tracks at pigeons near the signal box. His father laughed and held him close before the doors began to lock.
My phone was heavy and my coat, his number bright beneath my thumb. I watched that stranger raise his hand and could not make mine come. Red lights drifted past the rain like small stars leaving Earth behind. I stood on platform 4 alone with every word still in my mind. The train took strangers through the dark and left my silence on the line.
The conductor checked my paper pass, then nodded toward an empty seat.
I kept the window fogged with breath
and counted sleepers under feet.
Somewhere a child was still awake.
Somewhere a father turned for home.
I rode
brass key and no one knows.
The carriage swayed beyond the yards, past warehouses of sleeping glass. I wrote his name upon my sleeve, then let the marker fade. At last, tail lamps dwindle through the rain, like small stars leaving Earth behind. I left platform 4 without a call, but not without him in my mind. The rails kept pulling through the dark and gazed my fear of moving line. If I speak when morning comes, let it be plain and late. No speech can change the miles already gone, but one may change No speech can change the miles already gone, but one may change again.
At dawn I opened mother's case. Between the socks and cedar smell, her blue thermos rolled into view, the one she carried to the mill. Its cap was dented near the rim, her handwriting crossed the side, an old address in harbor ink, and one small arrow pointing wide. I filled it at the station tap, the metal warmed against my hand. For years I thought she wrote that place for someone else to understand. Steam drew a shoreline on the glass, then vanished when the sun came through. I followed every fading mark, as if a map could make me true. That blue thermos held the morning and the road my mother knew. The train crossed fields of broken frost and barns with rusted weather vanes. I poured a cup beside the aisle, while rivers flash like silver chains. An older woman asked me where the long westbound was taking me. I said, a town beside the water. She said, then let it set you free. The paper label came apart, but not the arrow underneath. Some directions living better, longer than they live in grief. Steam made a harbor on the glass, then lifted with the rising moon. drawn, not knowing what the road would do. That old fur must kept the morning warm enough to travel through. I never asked why she stayed quiet when he left before the light. Now her arrow points beyond rain toward a coast I need tonight. I left the interstate at noon, where the green sign lost its pain. The map on my phone went blank, and every mile looked like restraint. Corn stood high behind the wire, windmills turned without a sound. Station in the ground. No blue dot showed me where to go. No voice said, take the next right turn. I let the gravel choose the way and felt the old fear burn. On a road with no name, I could not blame a sign. The headlights through a narrow truth across the county line. I had nowhere left to hide behind. No faster lane to claim, only wheels and weather moving on a road with no name. At a fence I saw a shirt as if it waved me from the trail. I stopped and ate an apple slow beside a ditch of yellow grass, then turned the car toward evening and let the known world pass. A hawk rose from a telephone pole and crossed the cooling sky. I thought of all the careful ways I taught myself goodbye on this road without a label. No address could hold me down. The headlights drew a moving thread between the farms and towns. I had nowhere left to hide behind, no borrowed face to claim, only wheels and leather teaching me the road without a name. Maybe being lost is Roommate teen had a buzzing lamp, a plastic cup beside the sink. The ice machine complained all night and gave me time enough to think. Inside the drawer beneath the bed, the Motel Bible waited to fly. The grocery list fell from its leaves with someone else's name on that. It said, call June before the storm. It said, buy milk and dog food too. I wondered who had needed grace for ordinary things to do. In a Motel Bible, under Gideon print, I found a stranger's folded plea. No thunder came, no answer spoke, just a room that stayed with me. I read the page, then read the note, and let the dark be dark a while. I had my father's number saved behind a photo of the Pier. I nearly called and watched the screen go black before the morning end. The air conditioner clicked twice, the curtains breathed of passing cars. I placed the list back where it fell and counted unfamiliar stars. Some prayers are only a shopping list, some love is late and badly phrased, some doors remain unlocked all night, though no one enters when they're raised. That Motel Bible held its place while neon bled across the floor. No voice forgave, no angel came, but I wanted something more. I read the page, then kept the note, like proof that small things can survive. At sunrise I left June's lost list upon the clerk's chipped wooden desk, then drove toward water, not because I knew the way, but needed less. List upon the clerk's chipped wooden desk, then drove toward water, not because I knew the way, but needed less. The engine coughed beside pump 3, then gave one tired metallic sigh. Rain ran hard across the hood and turned the gravel black and bright. I stood beneath a broken sign with $20 and no plan. The clerk just pointed toward the bay and said, talk to the mechanic man. He wiped his hands upon the rag and looked beneath the hood a while. He did not ask where I had been, he only gave a tired smile. Rain on the gas station roof kept time above the broken car. One stranger turned a wrench for me and made the distance less so far. I learned a hand can hold you up up without needing to know who you are. He found a hole split near the clamp and patched it with a strip of tape. Then poured his coffee in my cup and watched the water cross the drape. I told him I was heading west. He nodded once toward the coast.
Don't race the storm, he said, it wins. Drive steady when you need it most.
I paid him more than he would take. He slipped 2 bills beneath my wiper. By dinner when the rain is done, he said, let the road get lighter. Rain on that tin roof station played loud above the little town. A stranger's careful hands beneath my hood kept me from breaking down. I learned that help can find a man before he thinks to ask around. Wipers cleared a narrow view. The clouds unlatched above the field. I drove away with taped up hope and something softer in the wind. Drove away with taped up hope and sauntered softer the wheel. At a diner near the county fair, I bought a postcard by the till. A painted lighthouse, crooked gauze, and one white boat against the hill. I wrote,
I passed the old grain mill.
I saw the river turn to gold, then stop before the next true line, because my hand had gone too cold. The waitress filled my cup again and asked if I was waiting long. I said, for weather to improve. She said, it has been clear all dawn. This postcard never found a stamp, it never crossed the county seat. But every sentence I left blank kept rolling back to me. I wrote your town beneath the light, then folded what I could not send. I tried, I heard your bow is tied. I tried, I kept the key to gate. I tried, I know you were afraid. We were afraid. Then crossed the word, I could not say. Outside the carousel went round, with gaining horses in the rain. Children waved at someone near, and I began the card again. seaside looked steadier than I could feel. I turned it over one last time and held the paper to the wheel. That postcard never found the mail. It wrote beside me through the day, but every word I dared to write made less of me one away. I nailed your town beneath the light, then let the unsent truth remain. Maybe I will speak it plainly when the harbor comes in view. Until then, this small native card will keep the place for you. I reached the town by late afternoon, past bait shops painted harbor blue. The road bent north beyond the pier, and every window seemed to know you. Your house stood back behind the dunes, with salt grass climbing through the rail. The porch light hung above the steps, but no warm square shone through the veil. I parked beside the lean-in shed and heard a halyard strike its mast. The key felt small against the door and larger than the past. North of the pier, one window stayed dark, while all the harbor lamps came on. I came with miles inside my coat and found the person gone. The tide kept lifting at the rocks as if it knew what I could not. On the porch, a folded chair held sand inside its canvas seams. The garden gate was half unlatched, like something waiting in a dream. I did not try the brass key yet. I watched a trawler clear the bay, then saw a neighbor close her blinds and turn her face away. I had imagined angry words or hands that pulled me through. Instead, the house gave nothing back but wind and weathered blue. North of the pier, the porch was still, while gulls crossed low above foam. I came to ask a question hard and found an empty home. The tide kept touching every stone without explaining where you went. I slept at night inside my car with fog against the pane. The house was close enough to see, but not to enter yet again. one bright rain, when I pushed through the screen door, pickle soap and paper sacks were stacked along the checkerboard floor. She looked up from a crate of pears, then held my face inside her eyes. You have your mother's chin, she said. I laughed before I knew the size. She put a coffee in my hand and asked me nothing for a while. Some people make a chair feel safe by offering a simple smile. At Rosie's grocery, names came back like coins from underneath the couch. The bell above the door kept ringing for the boy I was without. She said, your father has not sailed since winter took his shoulder down. I bought bread, peaches, canned tomatoes, more than one man needed there. Rosie's wrapped the loaf in paper and tucked a note beneath the square. The marina office closes 5. As for Lynn, it said in blue. Then Rosie touched the old brass key and whispered, he kept that for you. Outside a kid rode past on skates and waved a crooked red balloon. The town I left had changed its face, but not its way of making room. At Rosie's grocery, my old name sounded strange but not unkind. The bell above the door kept ringing till I left my fear behind. She said, your father stays ashore and watches boats go out at dawn. I carried supper down the block, past windows lit with evening gold. For the first time since the city, I did not feel entirely cold.
In the shed behind the house, I found your boots beneath the top. The leather cracked around the heel, the laces stiff, the eyelets dark. They fit too loose around my feet, but carried salt inside the seams. I walked them down to Breakwater, where boys once chased impossible dreams. The stones were slick from yesterday. The wind pulled hard against my coat. I thought of all the years you stood between the shore and every boat. Your boots on the Breakwater taught my borrowed feet to stay. Each wave climbed up and struck the water.
mind, but yeah, the far end of red rope was wrapped around a rusted ring. I held it like a red in there and heard the gulls begin to sing. A fishing boat came through the fog, its captain bent against the bow. I wanted to be anywhere but walking where I stood just now. The harbor looked both wide and small from that narrow slab of stone. I learned a man can face the sea and still feel quite alone. Those boots along the Breakwater made room for someone new. The wave kept testing every step and I kept following cool. I did not turn when spray went cold. I let the wind decide. When I returned, the sand inside had marked the floor beside my car, like proof that even borrowed things can show us where we are. Da da da, da da da, da da da. On your kitchen shelf I found the brown radio you cursed for years. Its dial was stuck between two towns, its speaker full of paper tears. I changed the batteries one by one, I cleaned the dust from every scene, but only static filled the room, like rain inside a metal dream. You used to turn that silver wheel and swear the game was coming through. I stood beside the doorway then, too young to know what silence knew. That radio would not be mended, still it carried something near. Between the crackle and the hiss, I thought I heard you clear. Not words enough to understand, just a melody of air. I took the back panel off at dusk, lined the screws beside the sink. One tiny wire had come undone, or so I chose to make myself think. I touched it with a borrowed tool, the room went quiet for a breath. Then an announcer named the tide before the signal slipped to death. The forecast said the storm would pass by morning near the outer bay. I wrote the time upon my hand, then listened till it washed away. Your radio refused repair, yet gave the empty room a voice. Between the crackle and the hiss, I heard a different choice. No speech enough to settle things, but one small note that stayed. I put the screws back in their place and left it on the kitchen shelf. Some broken things are not requests to fix, but ways to know ourselves. I waited at the eastern dock until the big boats tied for night. The harbor office closed its blinds, one square at a time from light. Then said you might be down the coast or sleeping somewhere near the dunes. He said you never carried phones and trusted weather more than rooms. I sat beside a coil of rope with Rosie's bread beside my knee. The moon came up on blackened water and gave no sign to me. The harbor gave no answer, it only held the sky. It took the lamps and broke them small across the tide gone by. I had come to make you listen, but learn to hear the night. A woman walked her old black dog along the road above the slips. She saw me there and raised a hand, then kept her silence at her lips. The smell of diesel, kelp and rain settled deep into my coat. I thought of leaving before dawn, then watched her go beside a boat. The brass key warmed inside my fist, though cold it filled the wooden pier. For once I did not need a door to know that I was here. That harbor gave no answer, it only turned with noon and fun. It held the lights in broken lines and would not call them home. I had come to force a meeting, but stay to watch the tide. When midnight emptied every dock, I made one promise to the sea. I would not leave before I knew what waiting could teach me. Not untangled round the cleat, started hard and every night you held a measure against the sun, and named the tears it had forgot. I found a needle in a jar beside a hook without a shine. You said pull steady, not too hard, and place the broken edge in mine. We meant what water pulled apart, one square at a time. Light comes through the smaller holes and draws a better line. No grand words across the dock, no promise dressed in gold, just this net between our hands, learning how to hold. The gulls complained above the shed, the tide back slowly from the sand. You asked me where I slept last year, then waited for my answers, and I told you of the city rain, the rooms that never felt like rain. You tied a knot and looked away, then pressed your thumb against your chest. The rope remembers every pull, the sea remembers none, but morning finds the patched up net ready for the run. We meant what water pulled apart, one square at a time. Light comes through the smaller holes and draws a better line. No grand words across the dock, no promise dressed in gold, just this net between our hands, learning how to hold. Pulled apart, one square at a time. Light comes to the smaller holes and draws a better line. No grand words across the dark, no promise dressed in gold, just this net between our hands, learning how to hold. Salt gathered in the grain of your old cedar workbench top. I sanded circles near the vise until my wrists refused to stop. The playmate ribbons on the floor like things you never said to me. Salt on the workbench, salt in the seam. Nothing stays clean by the water. We scrape the wood, we square the frame, and leave the hard work softer. When evening lays its copper hand across the hull we raise, the boat will carry both our way through all the unsaid days.
A hammer slipped and marked the rail. I cursed the way I did at 20. You stopped and held the damaged place. was already plenty. The shed smelled warm with pine and tar. The door stood open to the blue. The tide will test the timber soon. The wind will test our nerve. Tonight we give this crooked craft the care it can deserve.
Salt on the workbench, salt in the sink. Nothing stays clean by the water. We scrape the wood, we square the frame, and leave the hard work softer. When evening lays its copper hand across the holy rays, the boat will carry both our weight through all the unsaid days. Salt on the workbench, salt in the seam. Nothing stays clean by the water. We scrape the wood, we square the frame, and leave the hard work softer. When evening lays its copper hand across the hull we raise, the boat will carry both our weight through all the unsaid days.
The lid gave way with one sharp twist, and daylight touched the cobalt skin. Your hands were stained from years ago, before I learned to leave again. I said the house had held its breath too long to argue back with him. Let the blue run down the wall, let it meet the old white stone. We are not erasing weather, we are making room for home. Every brushstroke leaves a mark, every mark can face the rain. Paint the door where we can find it, paint it open once again. We covered cracks, but not the names, carved shallow by the kitchen stairs. You laughed when paint crossed both our boots. For once the room released its air. I watched the color take the boards and turn the dust toward brighter day. The tin is nearly empty now, the porch is nearly dry. A changed house is not a lie, it is a place to try. Let the blue run down the wall, let it meet the old white stone. We are not erasing weather, we are making room for home. Every brushstroke leaves a mark, every mark can face the rain. Paint the door where we can find it, paint it open once again.
eyes cracking under silverbacks. Mrs. Vale looked up from scale and asked if I was staying back. I held a coin the fishmonger found inside the pocket of my coat. It bore the year I left this town and made my throat forget its note. Turn the old coin in your hand, heads or tails it catches light. The town remembers every face, but not one face the same at night. Buy the bread, carry the bag, walk the pier without disguise. There is room inside a morning for a man to revive. The baker gave me extra rolls and did not ask me why or how. My father waited by the truck with oranges in a torn-up crate. He said they look better than before and held the passenger door straight. The bell above the market door rang once against the wind. I heard it as a welcome sound and let the noise come in. Turn the old coin in your hand, heads or tails it catches light. The town remembers every face, but not one face the same at night. Buy the bread, carry the bag, walk the pier without disguise. There is room inside a morning for a man to revive. Buy the bread, carry the bag, walk the pier without disguise. There is room inside a morning for a man to revive. Her name was peeling from the stern. Amity still held their ground. You scraped the letters with a blade while gulls made circles without sound. I asked you why you never called the winter after mother died. You watched the harbor turn with tide. Mercy on the waterline, mercy I'm awake. Some men fear the words they need more than storms they cannot break. You thought a hand held out too tight would make me run away, so you left the channel open and waded through the gray. You said you knew my suitcase wheels before they crossed the hallway floor. You said you wanted me to choose not owe my life to any shore. The painting trembled in your grip. I saw the boy beneath the man and understood a silent love can fail before it learns to stand. We wrote the missing letter down with brushes, salt, and a rope. The boat rocked once beside the pier as if it answered hope. Mercy on the waterline, mercy in the wake. Some men fear the words they need more than storms they cannot break. You thought a hand held out too tight would make me run away, so you left the channel open and waded through the grave.
The lowest step had split in two, a dark line through the painted pine. He brought a board from under towers and showed me where the grain ran strong. I held the level to the rail. You hummed a tune I knew was wrong. Build a step where feet can land, set it square beneath the door. Every return needs something solid, every leaving needs no more. When the porch light finds the grain and the nails are driven deep, I will climb this way at midnight, knowing what I mean to keep. The drill bit sang against the wood. Pictured buses in the rain and felt no hunger for the dark. You nodded toward a new made step and let the answer take its turn. Your speech can make a promise real, like sawdust on your sleeve. I signed my name with honest hands by choosing not to leave. Build a step that feet can land, set it square beneath the door. Every return needs something solid, every leaving needs no more. When the porch light finds the grain and the nails are driven deep, I will climb this way at midnight, knowing what I mean to keep.
found the barrel by the fence. One bright drop at a time. You stood beneath the porch awning and said she loved this kind of sky. For years I thought your silence meant you had forgotten how to smile. Listen to the rain barrel ring. Each small note becomes a wave. Grief is not a locked up room or something strong men have to say. Let the water fill its shape. Let the overflow run free. There are names we say in weather so they can stay with me. Yeah.
You told me how she planted mint behind the kitchen drain pipe bend. How she sang our food and sheets and made a joke of every wind. The rain grew softer on the lid, and neither one of us looked clean.
By morning all the dust was gone. The barrel wore the dawn. We did not fix the missing chair. We let the missing stay on. Listen to the rain barrel ring. Each small note becomes a wave. Grief is not a locked up room or something strong men have to say. Let the water fill its shape. Let the overflow run free. There are names we say in well so they can stay with me. A sparrow beat against the glass inside the tool shed afternoon. Its wings threw shadows on the space, like hands that could not find the room. You reached for it, then stopped yourself and opened both the doors instead. I held still as dust rose gold. Open the shed, open the sky. Do not turn care into a cage. What comes back by choice, not by a luck or age. Sparrow found the cedar fence, then vanished past the roof. I watched it leave and understood. Love does not need more proof. You smiled as if the bird had paid some debt you never wished to claim. I said I might take work with James. Love does not make more proof. Repairing nets and window frames. Now left the answer loose and wide. a cage. What comes back by choice, not by a luck or age. Sparrow found a cedar fence, then valleys past the roof. I watched it leave and understood. Love does not need more proof. Power failed before the storm. The harbor lamps went black at 8. Boats beyond the outer sand were calling through closing gate. You found the lantern crate alone. The stairs were old, life jackets laid. I struck a match and shielded flame. You said we make our own way. Lanterns on low tide, line them right across the breathing mud. Small stars beneath the cloudy dark to bring the lost ones up. Hold the glass against the wind, keep the wind from drowning out. Sometimes home is only visible because somebody stays in doubt. We walked the flats with boots that sank. Each lantern hooked on driftwood stakes. The rain came sideways from the east. The sea kept changing shape and face. Yellow windows crossed the foam. You touched my shoulder in the dark as every boat came home. At dawn, the town lit up again, but something had remained. A path of empty lantern hooks, still shining in my brain. Lanterns on low tide, line them right across the breathing mud. Small stars beneath the cloudy dark to bring the lost ones up. Hold the glass against the wind, keep the wind from drowning out. Sometimes home is only visible because somebody stays in doubt. Each on to hill, scouts coughed and shadow and back at hill. Behind the flower tin in the pantry, I found an envelope unsoft. My name was written in your hand, then crossed beneath the postal cost. You wrote, I heard you did well there, then stopped before the honest part. This letter never took the road, but it still crossed every year. Folded small behind a kitchen wall, it waited for me here. I cannot answer ink with ink or make the lost hand bend, so I will sit across the table and let the sentence end. You found me reading by the sink. Your face went pale then almost young, like someone waking through old smoke. I put the pages in your hand. You asked if I was angry still. I said the kettle had gone cold, and asked you if you wanted tea. Some apologies arrived too late to change the road behind, but they can't clear a chair at dusk for two to sit inside. This letter never took the road, but it still crossed every year. Folded soul behind the kitchen wall, it waited for me here. I cannot answer ink with ink or make the lost time bend, so I just sit across the table and let the sentence end. The clay pot broke aside the sink. Its roots had circled through the crack. You brought a rosemary cut and wrapped a newsprint from the back. We filled the pieces up with soil and set them under northern glass. You said it might take longer there for green things to outgrow the past. North window garden, take your time, leaning toward the little sun. Even broken pots can hold the work that roots have done. Water what the day allows, leave the rest to rain. I will learn a slower kind of hope without a name. The leaves smell bitter on my thumb. You laughed and said my mother used to put them in the breadcrumbs. I wrote down shifts at James's shop upon the calendar by May, then moved the pot an inch at noon to catch a better piece a day. We cannot order blossoms songs out or force the queen to rise. But we can keep the window clear and trust its patient light. North window carving, take your time, lean toward the little sun, and broken pots can hold the work that the roots have done. Water what the day allows, leave the rest to rain. I will learn a slower kind of hope without a name.
The boat bell hung beside the door. Do rope around its siren throat. We raised it from the shed at dawn and heard the sound go past the boats. I do not hate it for its miles. It taught my feet their proper name. Ring the bell across the fog. Let the harbor answer back. I came home by the longer road and kept the miles I lacked. There is a map beneath my skin. There is a land above the bay. I can leave without disappearing. I can choose again to stay. No speech was needed for the tide to reach and loosen on the sand. I hung the old brass key by the bell. The house was not a final shore. It was the place I could begin. The morning boat pulled from the pier. Its wake unmade the blue. I waved until it found the sea, then turned and walked with you. Ring the bell across the fog. Let the harbor answer back. I came home by the longer road and kept the miles I lacked. There is a map beneath my skin. There is a land above the bay. I can leave without disappearing. I can choose